Okay, it is January 22nd, maybe January 23rd, not entirely sure. Um, Filming in a new location, making some changes. So it's been a little while since the last video, so it's going to be a little longer of an update here, maybe. Um, and yeah, so basically, why I've stopped, I didn't make any videos for the last little while is because we didn't really know what the hell we were doing, and we're going through some changes, and it was like Christmas, and I was like, fuck it. So basically, what happened is, if you remember, what we were working on before was um, actually, or we thought it'd be a good idea to just make apps on the App Store and take advantage of their search ads product, and that'd be a profitable thing to do. Turns out that it's frankly not that profitable. It's like somewhat profitable, but it's not like super profitable. Perhaps we just didn't have the right apps or whatever. And furthermore, the big reason that we stopped doing that is because it was really just uninspiring work. We were just going to be building stupid apps and trying to make a quick buck, which is important because having money is critical. But yeah, we decided to not do that. But during that process, I was scouring the App Store, figuring out what was making money, what was not making money, and one of the apps that we kind of came across was kind of a category of two different apps, which is the text-to-speech apps that are people use where they, like people like me, I don't read anything, but if I want to read a longer document, but have it read to me because I listen to everything, then there's a whole bunch of these text-to-speech apps that will make it so you can upload a PDF or whatever file, and it'll text-to-speech it, and it'll read it to you. So there's a whole genre of apps on the App Store there that make pretty good money. And then there's also a whole genre of apps that are kind of like this free audiobook, or like sort of free, relatively inexpensive audiobook category in the App Store. It's also pretty good. So we've decided to create a new product that is a lot more exciting, and we think we can build a real cool product in this space that does basically. Oh, I just got mail. We think we can build a really cool product in this space that is that makes a good amount of money, and that is basically a text-to-speech product that is doing two jobs. It's the same job of the text-to-speech apps, where you can just upload a document and it'll read it to you, which is a profitable genre of apps, and then also the free audiobook genre of apps, because what we're going to do is we're going to take all of the books that are in the public domain, so that's about 50,000, and then we'll allow anyone with our app to get that text-to-speech to them, and then they can have access to all these audiobooks for a relatively inexpensive cost or free. We think that's going to be a pretty interesting, compelling product. The thing is, it's not like we built in 2 weeks. We've been working on that for the last month and a half, and we're still about a month away from getting the first version launched. But that's okay. We think it's going to be a pretty cool product, and we think that we can make a. So here's how I'm looking at it: is if the app does not take off and it's not a wildly successful app, we think that the worst case scenario is actually pretty good, where we'll build a decent product and it'll make pretty good revenue. Now, I've said similar stuff like that before, so I'm a little bit cautious, but I truly do believe that we're going to build a good product here, and it's not overly competitive. And furthermore, I think we're going to have one of the best products in both of the spaces, of the free audiobook apps and the text-to-speech apps. So I think we will end up doing pretty well. And the bare minimum, after 2 months in, if we're not generating $20,000 a month in revenue, then we've done something seriously wrong. But that's the bare minimum. And if we get 20K a month in revenue, then financially we're in okay shape. So there's that. But then we also think that this might be a much more interesting trend where you can turn this into a lot bigger of a business. So, I mean, one step at a time right now. It's a little challenging to to think that far ahead. But I definitely do think there's opportunities to make this into a really interesting, compelling product that is voice first and really is just all about, helping people consume content, consume audio content. And, we're starting with books and other text documents and converting that. But we're going to hopefully expand into a whole bunch of different categories. That's not just text to speech, but also human narration and stuff like that. So, and maybe not just narration of books. There's a whole bunch of things that we could do. But one step at a time, we're going to be pretty focused to start. And, I mean, that's about it. That's what we're working on now. And I think it's going to be pretty exciting. It's going to be pretty good. We're also selling electric, and we're divesting ourselves from all of our other app properties just so that we don't have to worry about this anymore, and that we can have a little bit of money to mess around with while we're starting this new app up. Hopefully we can get at least 15,000 US for it, and that will be nice. It's really kind of undervaluing it in my opinion, but I suppose anything's only worth selling. The price of something is only worth what someone's willing to pay for it, and it's tough to find a buyer for a product like this. It's kind of very niche. So we got someone that's interested for 15K, and hopefully we can close it for that. So we'll see. Then we're selling most of the other apps that we've done. We might continue doing some of the search ad stuff to generate a few $100 a week. So it's like whatever. But like, that's about it. We're still working away here, and it's oh yeah, the other piece of news, I might have talked about this, but I have no idea, is everyone's kind of working part-time now, where Ilya and Matt to a certain extent are just they got to pay their own bills, so they're not exactly being able to work full-time, which kind of sucks, but hey, we're still grinding away, and we're still making stuff, so that's all that really counts. So I don't know if there's really much else. I thought this would be a little bit longer of a video, but yeah. So the other stuff did not work out. The search ad stuff, it was like whatever. Now we're just all in on this new app, and we're making a web thing as well, where people can just if you are a blogger or you have a newsletter or any sort of audience that's consuming written content, we're going to make it pretty simple for you. Just come to the website and just be like, click a button. You can get that processed into audio, so you can now offer that as a new way for your audience to consume your content. This way, they can now listen to it, and we'll just do a little thing where they pay a few bucks a month to get access to it. So that should be pretty interesting, and that'll be actually the first thing that launches. That'll hopefully launch late this week or early next week. So we'll see how that goes, and that should also be an important growth thing for us. Is for this app, I really think the main way we're going to grow is just through watermarked content living on other platforms. So anything the app's going to be called Sponge, the text-to-speech app, and that's the main way I think we're going to grow, is just through being able to process this audio content and share it on as many platforms as we can, and get as large a distribution as we can for every individual piece of content. And have it watermarked, because if anyone's listening to that, they're clearly the audience that we want to reach. So I'm making sure this is Sponge Audio, a few places here and there. That'll be important, and I think that's going to be the main way that we end up growing. And this web platform should be a good way to start. We're going to have a pretty valuable free tier, so it'll just make it so people can get this audio out of their text, and it'll just be watermarked for free, and hopefully that should be a good growth thing for us. But if they want to use it a lot, then they can pay us. But yeah, that's where we're at, and I hope everything kind of works out. I'm very excited about this app. This is I think it's going to work out well, but I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't think it would work out well. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I think it's got some good stuff, and yeah, keep it posted. I don't know when I'm posting the next video, but whatever.